3 days without sleep. Both cracked open at the same. Eyes locked on nothing. Radio crackling words that nobody could hear anymore. Then the road went wide and the ground ripped open. Move, fucking move, get off the road. Wait up for the ditch, but he was half a second late. I watched him through the dust, still trying to stand. His hands grabbing at his chest where the armor tore apart. Blood pouring from his mouth, faster than he could breathe. He looked right at me and I could not reach him. He choked to death in the dirt, 10 feet from my head. 10 feet from my head. I see his face every night. The second my eyes close, his mouth's opening and closing with nothing coming out. Blood running down his chin in a line that won't stop. If you could walk behind that body bag onto the plane. If you could hear his mother break apart on a front porch in the sun, you would choke on every word before you'd ever say that it's way and fitting to die for your country. You would never fucking say it again. You would never fucking say it again.
Something pacing back and forth inside my skull won't stop. Footsteps grinding through the same loop every second of the day. I can feel them wearing grooves into the back of my brain. The pressure building like a fist is squeezing from the inside out. Then a drum is sounding underneath the footsteps, and it would not quit, running through my jaw, deep and down into my chest. Every thought I tried to hold just shook apart and fell. They're dragging something heavy now across the floor of my mind. I can hear it scraping, I can feel the weight of it. Something in me cracked and I don't know what it was. There's a ring now and I can't tell where it ends. And I began, I am the sounds, I am the walls, I am the room collapsing. Every voice I ever heard is playing all at once, and the floor gave out and there was nothing underneath me. I'm falling through the dark and there's nothing to grab onto. No walls, no ground, no ceiling, nothing left to hold. Just silence where my mind used to be. And then I hit the bottom and there was nothing there. The billionaire flew in by helicopter to a private floor. His doctors came from 3 countries with machines nobody else could get. He died on a ventilator, same as everyone. The influencer filled her from her bed with the oxygen tube tucked behind her. Yeah, she mother's scream went through the walls. I am sick and I am dying. Lord, have mercy on you. The firefighter benched 300 drums and ran 5 miles every day. They flipped him face down on the mattress and his oxygen still dropped. His wife taped photos of the kids to the window he couldn't turn to see. The doctor wrote the protocol, got admitted to his own ward. He read his own chart and watched his lungs fill on the screen. He knew exactly what was happening, couldn't stop a thing. The kid did everything right, masked and distant. Didn't leave his room for a year. He came in on a Tuesday and I zipped his bag on Thursday. I'm sick and I am dying. Lord, have mercy on you. I give up everything I have for the weight of her hands and the sound of her voice screaming "Daddy" from the stairs. The cars go past the driveway to wherever people go, but the grace of every morning that she was alive and here will never come back to me. I came in from the rain and he was sitting in the dark. I turned the lights on, hung my coat up, put the kettle on the stove. I sat beside him and I pressed my head against his chest. I thought that this was what it felt like to be someone's home. His breathing slowed and I could feel his heartbeat through his
Couple on the bench outside the coffee shop are sharing headphones. Two friends at the next table haven't stopped laughing since they sat down. Oh, when a moment ons to someone and they hold each other. I am not the main character, I'm the person in the background. I am the grandpa, I'm the couple in a stranger's photograph. They are all singing to each other, every single one of them, but they are not singing to me. I almost said hello today. I opened up my mouth, but nothing would come out. Oh, I had the words, I had the moment, I watched it close. They are all singing to each other, every single one of them. They are not singing to me, and the alarm goes off and I drown in another morning.
You were sinking, but I still see riverside at night. I looked down for 3 seconds, and the road didn't wait. I felt the thud before I saw the windshield crack. The airbag in my chest and my phone landed face up on the floor. The screen was still lit when I opened my eyes. I got out and she was lying in the crosswalk, face down. Her groceries in the street, a bag of orange split open on the curb. Someone was screaming and I couldn't tell if it was me. I stood there with glass in my hair and I could see move. Her name was in the paper. She was 53. She was walking home. Her daughter sat behind me in the courtroom every single day. I wanted her to scream at me, but she never said a word. The judge gave me 2 years and I silenced everyone. I got out and the crosswalk is still there. They repainted the lines. People walk across it every morning like the ground forgot. I take a different street now, but I still see her there. 3 seconds. I look down for seconds, and she doesn't get to walk home anymore. I put the phone in my pocket every morning, and I feel the weight of her. I still carry the thing that killed her. It's in my pocket, it's in my hand. I still carry the thing that killed her. And it buzzes and I flinch and I see her face every time.
You take money, and the bell rang at 7:45. I was late and running down the hall with one strap on my back. Emma had her head down on the desk because she stayed up late. Marcus borrowed my pen 3rd period and didn't give it back. Someone's phone went off in class and everybody laughed. The radiator in the corner was ticking like it always did. It was was the most ordinary morning of my entire life, and none of us knew it was already over. They put us on buses, and they wouldn't tell us where we were going. My mom was screaming my name in the parking lot across the fence. I couldn't hear, but I saw her mouth, and I knew what it said. But there were 17 deaths in Mr. Davis's room, and 4 of them are empty now. Someone put flowers at the front door, and they stayed until they rotted. The radiator in the corner still ticks, and nobody can sit near it. They gave us new schedules so we wouldn't have to pass that hallway, but I pass it anyway because I don't know how to stop. Marcus still has my pen, he can never give it back. I think about that pen every single day. I want my pen back. I want my friend back. I want my friend back. I want it back. The bell still rings at 7:45, and we still sit down and we still open our books. The bank's at 7:45, but 4 days are empty and the moment is gone. He was there every morning before I turned my lights on, mowing the Henderson's lawn, fixing the fence on the corner lot. I locked my car doors when his truck was parked out on the street. I told my wife I didn't want those guys working near our house. I called the archway about his trailer twice in June. He waved at me every single morning and I never waved back. I didn't know his name because I never asked. My daughter ran into the street and the car didn't stop. I heard the sound before I saw her and my legs stopped working. He dropped his toolbox on the sidewalk and he ran straight past me. He was on his knees on the asphalt pressing on her chest. He breathed into her mouth and he counted and he didn't stop. He talked to her in a language I never learned and she kept breathing. The ambulance took her and she was alive because of him. They took a statement and they asked him for ID. His face was on the news that night. Ice came on a Tuesday morning. His family's house went dark. The yard is overgrown and his truck is gone. His toolbox is still on the sidewalk where he dropped it. I opened the lid and his name was written there in marker. Jesus, you were a better man than me. Jesus.
I can't ask her to use a different name. She wrote it on the seating chart. She used it when she called on them. That was it. That was all she did. A parent called the principal and the principal pulled up the policy. 0 tolerance, they put her in a room with no windows. She said I was protecting a student. That's named in any report. He called 911 because that's the number you call. Said I need help, I'm scared. The dispatcher said help is coming. 4 officers, body armor, commands before they're through the door. He's in his kitchen, in his pajamas, and he's crying. He flinches and flinching is resisting. A knee on his neck on the tie heel. He picked out a hardware store. He said he can't breathe and he said it again. And then he stopped saying it. The report says combative with 30 pounds in his pajamas. A seating chart, a cardboard sign, a pair of pajamas, a coffee mug a student gave her, a water bottle, kitchen tile. She lost her classroom, he lost his side, he lost his breath. They did what they were told. They followed every rule. The rules did not protect them. Her classroom, he lost his time. He lost his, yet they took what they were told. They followed every rule. The rules did not protect them.
September 13th, 2 days after the sky fell down, I put my headset on and logged into the queue. The first call was a billing dispute from a woman in Michigan. She wanted to know why her statement was $6 over. I read a script, I pulled up her account, I made the adjustment. 3,000 people were dead, and I said, is there anything else I can help you with today? She said no, and I took the next call. The whole music played the same song. It played on September 10th.
I watched my sheet go under from a Holiday Inn in Houston. The TV showed my roof and then it showed my roof go under. A maid knocked on the door and asked if I needed towels. I said yes because I didn't know what else to say.
The ice machine hummed at the end of the hallway all night. They put out continental breakfast at 6 a.m. and the city was drowning. I ate a bagel and I watched the water rise another foot. I couldn't tell if I was saving myself or if I'd already disappeared. The boats haven't moved in 6 weeks and the water's black. Everything I ever pulled from that ocean is gone. I drove to the gas station on Route 1 and I filled up my truck. I looked at the logo on the pump and it was the same company. The same people who lit the ocean on fire sold me the gas to drive home and watch it burn.
I put my card in, I punched the buttons, I waited for the receipt. The pump clicked off and I drove home. The ocean was still burning when I pulled into the driveway. The weekend after Pulse, I went to a club that looked just like it. Same lights, same bass, same bodies pressed together on the floor. I danced because stopping means he wins. But I checked the exits when I walked in.
I counted the doors while the music played. I felt the bass in my chest and I couldn't tell if it was the speaker or my heart. 49 people were dead in a place that looked like this. And I danced and I counted the doors at the same time.
I answered the phone.
I took the towel. I paid for the gas. I danced. The world broke 4 times. too small. Black smoke pouring out of a derailed tanker, and they're telling a whole town not to breathe. The neighborhood burns out to the foundations, and a woman standing in one of the driveways, ash still falling. A mother holding a cup to a mouth that barely opens, and she stopped swatting the flies away. A kid asleep on a piece of cardboard under an overpass with a backpack for a pillow. A man on a roof holding a dog in the helicopter camera circles above him. His lips are moving and I know exactly where those words are going. They hit the ceiling and they stop. It's your wrong intention, but to look you in the face. If you chose the flood and chose the fire and chose everybody in the dirt, I could hate you for it, and the hating would be enough to keep me standing. A cruel God is still a God, and cruelty means someone's watching. I could scream at a monster, and at least the screaming would land somewhere. But there is nothing up there, and there never was. And every prayer I ever said at the ceiling, it came back to me. I'm not